I have a type of dwarfism called achondroplasia. There are between 200 and 400 types of dwarfism. Achondroplasia is the most common. So cartilage turns to bone as you grow. And with achondroplasia, there is a slow growth rate with that. So the long bones, the legs and the arms, tend to be much shorter than average height. My name is Angela Singletary, and everybody matters. So growing up, my mom was a little person, and her parents were not, which is the most common. 80% of children with dwarfism are born to average height parents. And so for me, being a little person, with my mom being a little person and my sister being a little person, it wasn't like a thing that really stood out much. But I didn't really know it until when we were in kindergarten. We took a field trip, and it was at the mall, and I don't remember what for. But and this was back in the day with cable TV, right? Netflix didn't exist, and so the news was there. And that evening, we watched it to see ourselves, and that's when I saw me walking with my classmates in kindergarten. And that's when I saw the difference. I knew I needed steps to reach the water fountain, but that was just kind of, I'm shorter than everyone else, but not so different. I didn't really understand the limb length difference and all that stuff until I saw that video and that news clip. But I very much remember being, okay, that I'm that different. Being a little person amongst little people at home, you kind of have that safe and secure space. When you exit the home, obviously people are, especially back then, because we didn't have the internet or reality TV or anything like that, people are not always as gentle. Personally, I had a situation in junior high where a guy, I was just walking, and he just picked me up and put me in one of the trash cans. And the trash can came up to here, so I couldn't get out, and everybody's laughing. But that was really mortifying, and it opened my eyes to see who was for me and who wasn't, because nobody was helping me. So not only did the guy, who was a jerk, put me in the trash can, but everybody else was just as much, in my opinion, a part of it. In addition to the complications, difficulties that I had as a little person growing up, I did have complications in my childhood with both of my parents were alcoholics, and my dad was abusive. He battled a lot internally, I can see now as an adult. But he killed himself when I was 15, and that was the third attempt. Being my sister's protector, because she had such severe disabilities and we did have such needs in our household, and I had to just make sure that she was okay, was heavy. And then I had a lot of loneliness as a child. In junior high, I didn't really have any friends near me. So there were times that I can recall where I just felt not that I wanted to kill myself, but just that life wasn't worth living. What the hell am I? Why? But there was just so much on me between being a little person and trying to fit in and find my way, and then having my sister, and then honestly my mom. I wanted to make sure she was okay too after my dad died. But truly, that in the end, it was for the best, as strange as that may sound, because he was the reason my mom was drinking. So she was able to resolve that and get sober. I think my grandpa, well, I know my grandpa was my keystone, and he was the one that kept me going, because whenever it got too bad, whenever the cops got called, whenever things were too rough, I could call him and he would come. We often lived with him when they were separated. So, and he was always like my foundation. So I did have him, and then I took care of Cindy. So those were the things that kept me going. But then once I got older, my mom got sober, and then she could take care of Cindy. Then I got a car, and after that it was over. You know, I was able to live my life. And I did. I got a job, I got a car, and I lived my life, and it was a good life. I saw someone that I found very attractive, made my way into his presence. 3 months later, we got married. 2 years later, went to the doctor because I wasn't feeling well, pregnant. And so with us, there was a 50-50 chance of having a baby with dwarfism. And so 2 of them did and 1 of them didn't. At that point, I kind of realized that the relationship was not healthy. I was giving myself away, because that's all I had done my entire life. I had just poured into others and found value in them appreciating me, but not realizing that it wasn't reciprocal. So now I am the proud single mom of 3 babies who are incredibly intelligent and smart. The girls have achondroplasia dwarfism, just like I do. My son was long and skinny, and the girls were short and chubby. Up until now, I've always found my value in what I give to others and what I can pour into others. And so what has kept me going through any tough time has always been that someone else needs me. And so now it's my kids, but it's also me. But, you know, it was Cindy for the most part, my mom. But as an adult, once I divorced, I became a different person. I healed so many childhood traumas and traumas from the divorce. I found value in myself as I am, not when I'm at a certain weight, not when I'm, you know, being validated by others, but simply for who I am. To anyone who is struggling, who feels the weight of society, and who just doesn't really have anyone to connect to or reach out to, I really would love for you to dig deep and find a group or someone that you can connect with to be able to see yourself and be understood. There are different opportunities out there, and I ask you to stay strong, because we need you. We absolutely need you in this fight. And I know that it's hard, and I know that it's tiring, and sometimes you have to take a break and let the others pick up the slack. So if that is what you need, then please do so, but do not give up.